What is going on, everyone? I think we could all agree that the biggest disappointment this season for the Houston Texans was the offense. I mean, you heard me say they were going to be one of the best units in the NFL, where they were anything but that. I have the numbers here, and they were brought to you by Mr. Jonathan Alexander. The Texans finished the regular season ranked 22nd in total offense, averaging 319.7 yards per game, and 19th in points per game, 21.9. Both were drops from 2023, when Houston averaged 342.2 yards of total offense and 22.2 points per game, and did it with less talent. Now we know that the Houston Texans are going to have a new offensive line coach. It was reported by Aaron Wilson yesterday that Chris Strausser will not be on the team next season. Now, the big question surrounding this Houston Texan offense is who is going to be in charge, who is going to be calling plays. Do the Houston Texans bring back Bobby Slowik? Let me know in the comments down below. He's a free agent, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, the Houston Texans are without an offensive coordinator. And to be honest with you, I know DeMeco Ryan said that he wanted to wait a week, but I feel like you have to make a decision sooner rather than later with all these coaches now being hired. We're going to discuss this, but ladies and gentlemen, this is the 713 Houston Sportcast, where I drop daily Houston Texans content. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest news, rumors, and updates. And this episode is brought to you and powered by BetUS, giving you a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. On your second and third deposit, it's 125% bonus. Promo code YouTube150 gets that for you. Quick 24-hour payouts, 24-hour customer service. BetUS, where the game begins. Now, I am team new offensive coordinator. Y'all have known that since the beginning of the season. But I will say this. Bobby Slowik has some excuses. One of them being the offensive line. No one knew it was going to be this bad. The highest paid unit in the NFL. One of my talking points was this starting offensive line did not play one game together 2 years ago. And we saw 0 sack performances against teams like the Jacksonville Jaguars and Pittsburgh Steelers. So if they could have that type of performance, and it's nobody's on the offensive line, I could only imagine what a Laramie Tunsil, Titus Howard, Kenyon Green, Juice Scruggs, Shaq Mason could do. And we found out very quick that this Houston Texan offensive line was not good. That's an excuse for Bobby Slowik. The injuries that the Houston Texan offense sustained over the course of the season. Losing Stephon Diggs to a torn ACL. Tank Dell's horrible knee injury against the Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Mixon missing multiple weeks for that hip drop tackle against the Chicago Bears. Nico Collins missing about a month with a hamstring injury. And if we would have had him against the Lions, who knows how that game would have played out. But key starters on this Houston Texan offense missed significant time. Brevin Jordan out for the year, ACL. Kate Stover, broken collarbone. These are all excuses that Bobby Slowik could use and say, this is why we weren't successful. And those excuses are all valid in my opinion. I don't know where the Houston Texans are leaning. I could see a scenario where DeMeco Ryan says we are bringing back Bobby Slowik and we are having C.J. Stroud in year 3 be with the offensive coordinator that he knows, and he doesn't have to learn a new system. So what we are going to do is fix the problems that we know are there. The offensive line, wider receiver depth, maybe some depth at tight end and running back. We know what the problems are, ladies and gentlemen. That's the good part about this offseason. I could also see a scenario where DeMeco Ryans looks at us and says, we're going with an entirely new direction at offensive coordinator. Now, the type of OC I want, they're going to have some experience. They're going to have some playoff experience. I no longer want to see a first-time offensive coordinator with C.J. Stroud. Now, C.J. Stroud talked about Bobby Slowik. And here's what he said. I think as time went on, he got better and better and better. He was learning from his past and what he did in San Fran. Learning what he's done on the defensive side, I definitely think he has a lot of success coming his way. I'm honored to have it with him and hopefully keep it going. I'm definitely on Bobby's side and appreciate him for all the things he's taught me and how great he's been for my career. CJ Stroud, Bobby Slowik guy. Are we surprised by that? No. But the part that I don't like, he was learning from his past and what he did. I do not need my young offensive coordinator and my young quarterback learning at the same time. Which is why when you go back and in hindsight and see a first-time offensive coordinator, first-time play caller with a rookie quarterback, maybe we should have went with someone with some more experience. That's the type of OC that I'm looking for. Just to let y'all know, multiple times as offensive play caller, deep playoff runs. A lot of people have already brought up guys like Mike McCarthy, and we'll get to all those names in the later days. But me, personally, I don't want a first-time play caller. I want someone with some experience. But ladies and gentlemen, the Houston Texans, like I said, they know what the issues are. How aggressive is general manager Nick Caserio going to be with these issues? I think he'll be aggressive because we saw how aggressive he was in free agency with the big splashes, Danielle Hunter, Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs. We heard Joe Mixon say just a couple of days ago, there might be some fireworks sooner rather than later from general manager Nick Caserio. But the big question right now for this team, and it might be the biggest question heading into 2025, who is going to be in charge of this Houston Texan offense? Is it going to be Bobby Slowik? Or is it going to be someone else? Also, guys, let me know in the comments down below your guys' favorite potential offensive coordinator candidate so I could start, getting a head start at. But that was today's episode. Should the Houston Texans get rid of Bobby Slowik? Should they not? You guys let me know. For more Houston Texans content, you guys know what to do. Just feel free and follow me and come back. Go Houston Texans. Have a very blessed day. Episode brought to you and powered by BetUS and